In this video, we'll show you how to create a new transaction on a project. The transaction can be either a proposal, an invoice, or a purchase order. There's a number of places you can do this, but the easiest way is to go to the project's item and work list. So we're going to navigate to the item and work list for this project. And here we can see all the items that are on this project, and a couple of them are on a proposal. One of them's on an invoice. Now we're going to make a new invoice, say, for this particular project. So we go to Edit Add, and we select Invoice. Here the new invoice form opens. Fill out the date. You can enter in your own invoice number if you have your own numbering system, or you can let DesignerLogic do it for you. You want to put in a title. That helps clarify what the invoice is about. Make sure the tax description is what you want it to be. Fill out some of this other information, and down here the status comes from your invoice workflow, and you can have your own workflow here. And if you want to edit this list, click on this little pencil icon, and that'll give you your own editable workflow for invoicing. Note to printout just shows up on the top of the invoice printout. Put in a private note if you'd like, and the terms and conditions come from the default terms and conditions in your account. Once you have all this filled out, click Submit. And that's going to open up this invoice in a new tab right here. Now right now there's nothing on this invoice. So to put something on the invoice, you go up to Edit Add and you hit New Item. And you can either create a new item from scratch, and we have different videos to show you how to create items and what they are, which are basically product and services. You can also create an item add an existing item from your project by selecting this option. Here, this will show all the different items that are on that project that are not on an invoice. Simply select the ones that you want and click Add Selected Items to Invoice. It adds these items to that invoice, and then you'll be brought back. And you can see these items are now on the invoice and the totals have been adjusted. So if we close this and we go back to the project right here, and we refresh this page, you can see if we scroll down that those three items, this sofa right here, is put on this invoice, $12.89. And if we click on it, that just opens the invoice back up. So this works the same way on a project for invoices, proposals, and purchase orders. Just click on the one you want. It's the exact same process. Now, another way to create a transaction for an item or multiple items is to go directly to the item. Say you have this reading chair right here and you want to just put this on a purchase order. And it's very quick to do that if you hover over the three-dot menu for that particular item, and we can come over to this new section and click on purchase order. That's going to open up the new purchase order form, and we can enter in a PO number that we have ourselves or just let DesignerLogic do it. And then we can see the suppliers put in. We have the address for the supplier. There's no tax. This particular one is wholesale. We can put a due date in if we'd like to. We have a status list for workflow for orders, just like the invoice. And if we click on the pencil icon, we can update our status list and workflows right there. Down here, we can decide who we want to ship this to. So you can choose the client. You can choose your own office. If you have a warehouse, you can choose a warehouse, and that'll ship to there. Now down here we have terms and conditions just like on the invoice that come from your default settings, and you can update it right here if you'd like to. Hit Submit. And what that does is opens the purchase order in a new tab, and you can see it already put this item on that purchase order. Now you can add new items to that purchase order if you'd like to, or edit the purchase order's header right there. You can print it. You can do a whole bunch of different things once the purchase order is created. If you go back to the main item list and we refresh that page, here you can see the purchase order number for that chair is right here, and when we click on it, that will open up the purchase order directly.